Well, no, yeah. So, in terms of the series' relationship with movies, it was mentioned, this very much was very much inspired by George Romero Dead movies. And in fact, George Romero was actually hired to write a script
for the movie,
Resident Evil film,
the first one,
and he directed a commercial,
Resident Evil 2.
Resident Evil 2, yes, which is interesting.
So it's cool that he has some kind of relationship to the series that they paid homage to it and they respected.
Now, and for whatever reason, they balked on his script and were like, yeah.
We're still in that time, and this was back in the early 2000s. That was really when people didn't care
about video game movies. I would argue that they don't care about them now.
Yeah, I feel like there's the Assassin's Creed movie. I feel like is like the whole video game as a movie concept is actually writing on that movie. That is a major summer movie coming out in 2015 with Michael Fassbender producing and starring in it. I feel like a lot of the goodwill about if a video game movie can work rides on the coattails of that film, and we'll see if it's any good.
Yeah. I guess we definitely will. I can say that, for sure.
Hopefully it turns out well, and maybe, I don't know. It's like, because it took that long for the 90s, no one gave a crap about.
Fire, dog.
Yeah.
Dog on fire. That's terrifying. I just, flaming zombie dog. Sort of.
I love these little rooms of safety.
Yeah. But like the sort of like the quiet tunes you get that plays on, but with that still kind of eerie though.
Yeah.
Like it's relaxing but still sort of spooky.
Yeah. Independently of anything else, if it was put in anything else that was nice, it would be the spookiest part of that game. But
yeah,
because it's in Resident Evil, it's like it just stands out as this is kind of nice. Nothing's gonna get me in here. Not even Nemesis. I don't think. I don't know. Can Nemesis get in those rooms? I can't remember.
I don't think so.
No, I think that's kind of one of those cheats, huh? But there is people still don't. Yeah, they don't take.
But but then they balked on his script, and then of course we got the
Paul
Anderson movies, which are not
Paul W.S. Anderson movies,
good,
which are not good.
No, I mean,
I don't want to get too much into the movies.
Yeah,
but
I think one of the biggest problems that video game movies have is just that they're just not taken seriously. They're not, given really any respect or like.
Oh, Brad's demise. Sorry.
Yeah, this is just a classic introduction.
Oh my god!
Like
I always felt bad for this guy when I was a kid.
Yeah,
it really disturbs me. Now, keep in mind, I wasn't familiar with Brad that much because I hadn't really played the first one, so I didn't know he was kind of a coward jerk-ass. So I just thought he was just some guy that she knew, and I was like, God, that was brutal. But now that I kind of know he's kind of a jerk, he's kind of like I don't know. So you're not going to even fuck with him?
I'm sure I have the firepower to take him down. It's just, this is what I did the first time around. Like, because
you had no idea.
I remember, like,
it gave you the choice.
Like, you're giving me a choice? Why would I even want to stay and fight this guy? By the way, I also find it funny that in Resident Evil, like the series, when you get a key and you use it to open a final door, the final door, you unlock it. It's like, do you want to keep the key? Like, well, it's useless. Why are you giving me the choice? Why not just discard it automatically? I can hang on to it for sentimental value.
The illusion of choice is just it's like, so you chose to keep the useless item.
Yeah.
But yeah, going back to the movies, like, I would say, I think we had a discussion on one of our streaming.
Yeah, I think much like comic movies were in the 90s, like before X-Men came out.
Yeah.
There was, the Burton Batman movies, and those were pretty good.
I don't think they're as good as people remember them to be. However, and Batman Returns actually I like better than the original Batman, but we all know how the Schumacher films
are now. But, like that said, obviously there was just not...
And even Kevin Smith's story about the studio that he was working on making a Superman movie, their attitude about it.
Yeah.
And the
like, obviously...
It was just about making toys. They didn't care.
Yeah, they just treated the property with no respect. Like, and X-Men, really started off that trend of wow, comic book movies can be kind of cool.
They tell they tell interesting stories.
Yeah, and done
And-
well.
And,
And I
video
think
games
the
tell
problem
interesting
is that like video game movies have not really had that big like awesome movie yet that actually gets people to like.
We have
take
okay
it seriously.
movies sometimes.
Yeah.
We have okay movies sometimes.
Um,
Like the first Tomb Raider is okay. It's an okay movie. It's not good or
Yeah.
great. It's okay, but that's what we take. We take it. We're like, oh, at least it didn't suck, shit through a straw. That's good. But like, it was okay.
Okay, so here's a weird thing. Marvin Brennig, he's alive in the second one, but he's dead right here. So it says he's been fatally wounded by zombies. This takes place 24 hours prior to RE2. So I guess he got back up and was fine for a while before he died again. I don't know.
Wait, how long is he in the game? Says he was here.
Yeah.
Like he's alive and walking, or you just hear about him?
He's just walking around, just doing his thing. Well, no, he's slumped against the wall, like when Leon enters the PlayStation, and like he's bleeding out.
Well,
he's like, "Go on without me, man."
What if he's been?
And Leon's like, "No, I'm not gonna leave you."
What if for a whole day he's been like that? Maybe it just took a long time.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a stretch. I get that it's kind of wonky, but it's like he could have just been lying there dying.
But yeah, I think Resident Evil. I really do think that just the characters and like the world and everything, the zombies. I still find that stuff really, really fascinating, and I still think it very much is a viable property. But I would like to see them take it back to maybe like its sort of source.
Yeah, its roots, like in terms of like atmosphere and yeah, I think and it doesn't exactly help that we got a movie series alongside it that is very much like from the beginning even was trying to be all like hip and cool.
Yeah.
And it was completely unlike. They have the audacity to create their own character, as if there's not enough characters in the games that are good enough for a screenwriter to work with. They make up their own, and I love Mia Jovovich, I really do, but and she's great in the role technically, but the idea that they made up a whole character, they couldn't even there's so much story and great characters and stuff like that in Resident Evil. You'd think that they would have the faith to maybe create a story around those characters, but nope. And like Leon randomly showed up in Resident Evil.
Like real randomly.
Yeah, in Retribution, and apparently he was terrible. Like the actor, oh my god, like he was awful. They said he was probably the worst actor in the movie. So I was like, that's a great way to treat a character. Yeah, and considering I actually liked Extinction, but that's because they actually kind of got the formula right. I don't think it's a Resident Evil movie. I think it's just a decent action movie. I enjoyed that movie, but out of the five of them, out of the four I've seen, Extinction I enjoyed, but I still don't consider it a good movie. But the other ones,
Jesus, screw off.
I really think Afterlife was just a piece of shit.
Yeah. So any closing remarks on the series? Anything else?
I still stand by the fact that honestly with what's the creator's name? The
Shinji Mikami.
Yeah, him doing that new game, The Evil Within, right? Him doing a new property. I think that'll maybe inspire him to maybe go back to do Resident Evil later, and maybe try to bring it back. What?
I don't know. I feel like he might just want to wash his hands of this thing and just leave as it is. And
okay, well,
stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm just saying sometimes they come back and do something different with it. But honestly, I just feel and I've heard a statement from Konami have actually said that after they do 6, they kind of want to reboot it a little bit. They kind of wanted to do.
That's what I heard. That the next one will take the series back to its roots, whatever that means.
It'll cost them less money, and that's what we want. It'll technically cost them less money to do a Resident Evil game in the vein of these earlier ones, and because they just kept. I'm sure the games got more and more expensive the more lavish they got.
Yeah.
The bigger they got. But honestly, that's what we want to see, though. I think that's what Resident Evil is to us.
Yeah, and I tell you, I think still at this point, what I'd like to see more is a remake of RE2 or 3. But yeah.
Well, we'll see. I have faith in the series. I hope it kind of takes it, goes backwards a little bit in a way.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Sometimes you gotta look back and sort of reconcile with your past to move forward.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So yeah, thanks for watching, you guys. Talk to you later.
See ya.